Ladies and gentlemen, although it really wasn't as animated the second time as it was the first time, what fun and exciting event. And I can tell Scott is already getting excited. What fun and exciting event happens the very next time we are together? Final exam. When is your final exam? Thursday at 11 o'clock. Okay. Thursday at 11. A little earlier than our normal meet time. So some of you might have to actually, you might need to get up a little earlier than normal. No, I've got a student in my other class, in my 3:30 class, who gets up just in time for class. And so that's really what I was thinking about when I said that. So, is anyone at all curious about the final?
Yes. Of course. Why wouldn't we? Think about that question.
How many questions? Actually, this time, 50. 50 questions on the final exam. 30 of which are non-cumulative, 20 of which are. 30, 20. Brandon, you've been hitting people with newspapers, but you haven't had your notes out?
30 non, 20 yes. Yes.
30 non, 20 yes. So what are the 30 questions on then? What topics?
All the other topics on our two.
Break even?
No, the 20. Well, no, I'm talking about the 30 first. I'm talking about the current.
This last.
But what do those topics include? Huh? Standard costs and flexible budgets. What else? Which I call flexible budgeting. I'm sorry? Income statement, absorption costing, variable costing, income statements. What else? What did you say, Pamela? Joint costs. What else? Transfer pricing. And what did we just talk about last class period? Cost of unethical behavior. Okay, so those are the topics. Flexible budgeting. Your neighbor's the one who said it.
No, that's not true.
That's not true? Oh, okay. And then the cumulative part is on these topics. Relevant costs, cost volume profit analysis, CVP, product costing, and these sections are actually labeled with these titles that I'm giving you. Product costing, and that covers the three answers to the question, how much does it cost? Okay, so job order costing, process costing, activity-based costing. Yes, sir.
Two separate reviews or just a one big one?
What do you mean review?
On Blackboard?
Oh, I just give you the one. And it's actually short. I don't give you a big one. To review the old material, you can look at the old review exams. So relevant costs, cost volume profit analysis, product costing, which is the three answers to the question, how much does it cost? Budgeting, which hopefully shouldn't be too hard. It shouldn't be hard. It's follow the directions. Ethics. I write down the word ethics. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the cost of unethical behavior. I'm talking about the first assignment you did this semester. Okay? It was literally the first assignment the first week of class. And then the last two, there are questions in the cumulative part that are not cumulative. But variable and absorption costing income statement formats, and I call it standard costs or variances, which is the same thing as flexible budgeting. So two of the sections are actually new material, though they're kind of physically in the cumulative portion of the exam, but the cumulative portion of the exam is cumulative over the entire semester, including the most recent chunk of learning that you've done. Okay? Whew. Questions, comments, concerns, random thoughts? Not a thought whatsoever. No, there will not be any repeats of old questions on the final.
Is there going to be anything about the ABC presentation that you gave?
No, there will not be anything about the ABC presentation that I gave. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Nothing from any of the cases specifically?
Is the case gonna be on there?
What did I just say?
Cases specifically.
Sorry, I was still writing down something.
I'm very specific. I said there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing from the cases that are going to be on the test. And then you asked, is there going to be anything about the cases on the test? Yes. Yes.
My bad.
Yes. That made it more entertaining, though, Brandon.
I wasn't the goal there.
You were wanting to know. It is a very serious question. But thankfully, you folks got so lucky this semester. Only 3 cases? 4? You missed 4 class periods this semester. I'm sorry? Who? Vaguely.
He was at the banquet, and after the banquet, I was talking
Oh, yes, I do know exactly who that is.
to him, and he was like, you have no idea really how lucky you are that you didn't have to.
I know exactly who you're talking about. So you feel much more thankful now. So now what? What's the first topic we need to talk about, Cody? What did we talk about? What's going to be on the exam? Let's talk about the non-cumulative parts first. What's the very first thing I named? Flexible budgeting. What accounts is not quite the right word, but I'll use that word. What accounts are we going to calculate variances for, Aubrey? Can you name one? Gesundheit. Awesome. She doesn't want to go in order. Direct labor, Scott. That is up. Direct materials. Taylor.
I'm sorry. I was finding a page. What's the question?
How did you know what the page was if you didn't know the question? Oh. The question is, I'm just asking you to name what accounts are we going to calculate variances for?
What's already been said? Direct materials, direct labor. Oh, variable manufacturing.
That was an outstanding question. Awesome. Carrie, what's the last one? Fixed manufacturing overhead. So those 4 categories, they're kind of 4 categories, 4/accounts. Direct materials, direct labor, variable overhead, fixed overhead. And Brandon, here's a good question for you. Which of those 4 is not like the others? There's actually 2 correct answers.
Fixed overhead.
Why is fixed overhead not like the others?
Because all the other ones, direct labor, direct materials, and variable manufacturing overhead are variable costs.
Okay. So because it's fixed. And by extension, when we're doing those problems, what is different then?
Use actual budget and apply instead of that.
Instead of the stuff underneath, yes. So the stuff underneath the love seat cushions, Gesundheit, the love seat, the material underneath the love seat cushions is different than all the other ones. Jim, which of the others? See, Brandon, in some sense, got the easy question. You get the slightly more difficult question. Direct materials is different than the others. How?